Babysitter hears noise upstairs, so dad checks hidden camera and captures a nightmare in his kitchen. A noise is heard upstairs by the babysitter. As a result, dad examines the concealed camera in his kitchen and captures a nightmare. When one nanny returned home one day, she sensed things weren't quite right, so she took the kid she was in charge of and ran away. However, it wasn't until the child's father saw the terrifying CCTV film that he realized what had transpired. Jonathan lives in Irvine, California with his family. Lee and his wife are the parents of a 3-year-old son. However, due to their hectic schedules, they're unable to be available 24 hours a day. As a result, the couple decided to employ a nanny to look after their child, and Jenna Lee Baker seemed to be the ideal option. But they had no idea how much Baker would come to mean to them at the moment. Baker and the 3-year-old were doing chores one day in the summer of 2017. After finishing their tasks, the two probably couldn't wait to get home, but they had no idea what was waiting for them. Baker had a sinking sensation that something wasn't right when she opened the door. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be inspired by these real-life stories on a daily basis. Now, let's return to the story. However, the small child had already skipped into the house before she realized it. Baker persuaded him to return, convincing that danger was lurking, and it's a good thing she did because just then, Baker heard footsteps pounding down the stairs. As a result, Baker ran into the house, grabbed the kid, and she carried him out. She then dashed over to a neighbor's house for assistance. Baker reenacted the scenario for Inside Edition and claimed, "I turned around and grabbed him." The nanny then bolted down the driveway and onto the street with the youngster in tow, not even pausing to put her shoes on. Baker's senses told her there was something wrong with the house, but it wouldn't be until later that she realized the exact depth of the danger she and the child had been in. Yes, the disturbing truth was only uncovered after the child's father arrived home and checked the CCTV tape. While Baker and the youngster were out, a burglar broke into the Lay family's home, according to the surveillance footage. He'd then gone into the kitchen where he discovered the nanny's pocketbook. The burglar then proceeded to dump the contents of the bag onto the counter to see what was worth stealing. Furthermore, this burglar was a meticulous thief who made sure no stone was left unturned. After finishing in the kitchen, the offender searched the remainder of the house for valuables, even checking the children's room for stuff that belonged to my wife. As he rewatched the film, Lee remarked, "Having him go into my kids' rooms and just stepping in is the most frightening for me." The thief must have realized he'd overstayed his welcome when he heard Baker approach home and made a hasty exit, descending the stairs and out the front door. In fact, the surveillance footage revealed that he left the residence just moments after the nanny and infant had been robbed. Police in the area stated that they were looking for a suspect in connection with the incident. He was described as an African-American male between the ages of 18 and 25. He was also wearing a polka-dot backpack and weighed around 170 pounds, according to police. Lee feels the man wasn't working alone after reviewing the CCTV footage. He informed ABC 7 Eyewitness News that he was on his phone the entire time. He was on his phone from the moment he stepped into the backyard, all the way into the house, all the way up into our room, and all the way back down. The suspect attempted to gain entry to the property by smashing a window, fitting first, but when that failed, he simply broke through a glass door, according to Lee. Surprisingly, a succession of events took place in broad daylight. The father also told the court that the experience had left him shaken. "The intruder shattered my entire sense of security in my home. Therefore, I feel violated," Lee said. It's unclear what would have happened if Baker had run into the burglar, and for Lee, the idea is too terrifying to consider. "The fact that they were home and I was inside the house was the scariest thing to me," he said. That Baker is now just relieved that everything worked out the way it did, and they're grateful to Baker for rescuing their son. Yes, of course. According to Inside Edition, they now refer to her as their super nanny. "It's incredible what she did for my son and what she does on a regular basis. I'm very thankful that she's part of our lives." Baker, on the other hand, claims she was simply doing her job as a caregiver for the young kid. She stated, "I don't think myself as a hero. When his parents are away, I love him because they trust me to keep him safe." If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone else who might enjoy it as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.